paper. I am Brianna, and welcome to Iron Crafter, where we have a challenge each month to use a certain item, and the certain item today is washi tape, and I don't even have washi tape out on my table right now. I am mentally prepared for this though, but there was a couple things I want to show you. Let me grab my washi, my couple containers of washi. So I found this picture, and it's from July. It's not like a million years old. This is a picture of my husband and myself from July. We have a, it's a minor league team near us that, my husband and I went to. I have this one photo, and so I'm going to document this. Now, I have lots of baseball type goodies, and I had a couple to choose from, and I wanted to show you why I ruled a couple things out. I have this fabulous 2001. I don't know if anybody else has anything as old as this, and it's held up. It's very good, but I tried it on both white and the black, and I really did like it on the white, but I have to tell you guys, this would totally work. But I have to tell you guys, I wanted to use these stickers, and I'm not doubling up on the baseballs. The other thing I should tell you that I'm going to use a scrap of sketch for today. I'll have it up in the corner. It is sketch number 88. Lisa Sikorsky puts out all the sketches. There's a Facebook group. I will have that linked below. I love all her sketches, and I'm slowly working through them. What I want to do with it is to use the washi in those, not triangles, but kind of chevron. I'm going to use my washi tape. So anyway, ruled this out. I thought about this, and the chevron could have been on this side, but it would have been covering up, and that's kind of a loss of that. This would be like a baseball glove here, the stitching. And then I thought, well, I could leave it on this side and do that washi, but that just doesn't look well balanced. So I ruled that out. Now this is kind of busy, but I think it'll be okay. This nice dark paper, it goes with my shirt. And then I can use different colors for the washi tape. The next thing I went into my stash for was some scraps of paper. I think I'm going to use these 3. Now, not that this is like patriotic, red, white, and blue, but the colors are yellow and blue to the team. My husband is wearing that blue hat, and then the red goes with the baseballs. And then when I came across this one, when I was looking for blue, how fun is that print? So I'm like, I gotta use that. So those are my 3 matting pieces, and now my washi. Okay. This is, again, only one container of washi, and everything's not put away from the last time I used washi. I have recently been pulling some out. I've been recently pulling some washi out. My purple is in my other container. But I'm just wondering, I don't know how many I want to use of what. What would be fun? Here I have something right here. I have 2 different... I wouldn't use them together, but they're 2 different options. And this one's a little bit whiter. And if I have enough, I wouldn't mind doing a couple lines over there. And I don't have to do as many lines as there is on the sketch. But I like it because if you look at the baseball, it's this, I don't know if you can tell it on camera, but it's the same glittery as the baseballs. I'm really kind of digging that. Oh, and I have even more. Sometimes I steal stash from my daughters. I do have 3 girls that were once teenagers. Now they are young adults. But I have plenty to grab one of them to do those strips. So I think we're going to start with that. And then go from there. So, oh, one more thing. 49 Market tickets. And the color is Mariner Ticket Essentials. So that's going to work nice for to go along with my baseballs. So let's get some scrapping. So I hope I don't offend anybody by calling you guys, because you're my friends, and that's what I call people, is you guys. So I take the authentic strip off there from from the paper. And then I trim down my red paper, just getting a little strip out of there. And then I know that I can tuck these and just make it the appearance of a piece of paper running behind it. This yellow is I'm gonna struggle with it a long time. How do I use it to the best of its abilities? So that goes aside, and then I'm gonna trim the mat to the photo. That first piece wasn't big enough. So, and these are just like pieces of packaging that I had from things. So here I go back to that light blue thinking, how, which part should I take? I want it to be big enough. So I trim off the scalloped border. That's the way it came. And then trim it down. And then trim it down more from there. And then take off the bent part and get it where I like it, and then try out the next. Oops, I almost forgot I already trimmed out the red. And then I'm going to figure out the bluer blue and where that'll fit and how big that should be and things like that. Some people are really good at just like kind of layering and not paying attention. I'm a rule follower, so this one is cut kind of wonky, so I'm flipping it around to make it less noticeable. But I kind of like to look at the sketch and then do my layers accordingly. And I think it worked out pretty well that way. And I love using just pieces from my scraps and getting some scraps out of my stash. I've got a lot of little pieces I need to get rid of, but I have a hard time doing that, so I don't do it very often. And there I was using my ruler just because I wanted to get the red piece lined up with the red piece on the top. Okay, so I end up using my brand new, instead of those little pieces of the other ones, I've got 3 that are very similar washi tape. And for some reason I thought I was going to be making a lot of these, so I opened up the new one. And the skinny one, which is the one I would have liked to use, it wasn't very sticky anymore. I think it would have worked if I put some glue on it, but I didn't want to take the time for glue, so that's why I grabbed out the new one. You can see I'm just laying the piece on top of the one before so that I can get them the same size. I think I do pretty well with this first row. I do one more row, and when I look at that, oh, I did end up moving a couple pieces on the top because it's not your view. The bottom is further away from each other than the top, and it bothers me. So I fixed it a little bit. You won't see that in the finished photos. Okay, so I get my tickets out, and I had fun just playing with those. These are the first time I've gotten these out, though I've had them a while. So I wanted to pull them apart and see what I wanted to use. I only used 2 of them. But I was very excited, and it was like I thought I was going to use more than I did, which I could have used more. These are Nicole Jones 911 printables. I have lots of these in every color. So here's a little tab, and I like the polka dots, so I grabbed that out. I want to make sure. Oh, and these are labels from Nicole Jones 911 printables. And then trim up that a little bit. I don't know exactly what that is, but it looked like something that would work with keeping score at baseball, so I put that on there. So I don't end up using the big baseball, but I do use 3 of the baseballs on here. And I do like that I got into my stash and found a couple different items. So I'm using washi, I'm using the tickets, I'm using the labels, I'm using the baseballs. I got the tab on there. And then, oh, one more thing coming. Yeah, once I glue all these things down. I went into my enamel dots, and whoop, here we go. I think these are Paper Studio. They're rather quite large, and they're kind of glossy and fun and circular, and that kind of finishes off my page. So there you are. You can look below to see everybody that's playing with the Iron Crafter. I hope you have a fabulous day. I'll see you again soon.